What is up, everyone? Welcome to another edition of Live Locks presented by Scores and Odds. If you haven't checked it out already, just making bad live choices, going over to scoresandodds.com, where you got picks from me, Meansy, Dino, all the grades. Plus, you got access to our nice little prop shopping tool where you can see exactly what we have project for each individual prop, plus where the best lines are. And most importantly, you get access to Grant's Action Lounge. What is Grant's Action Lounge? Well, it's my Discord where I'm throwing in all my picks each and every day. Just go to scoresandodds.com/Discord to get on in there. We got basketball. We got baseball. I've been getting crushed recently, so if you want, you can fade me. If you've been fading me, been doing great. It happens. Still up 60 grand since we started this show. Still up for the year a decent amount, but this month has been awful, just terrible. Good promoting of myself there. I'll turn around probably today. Let's get right into it. Starting off with Jazz to hit home run, plus 575 over at Barstool. Jazz obviously has a decent amount of pop. Really like the matchup here going up against Morton. Morton, while still a very solid pitcher, has struggled greatly with power to lefties. 224 ISO since the beginning of last season. 41% fly balls, 37% hard contact. Jazz has been fantastic this year, or since the beginning of last season. 276 ISO, 44% hard contact rate. Decent fly ball numbers, so good having a fly ball lean pitcher and Morton going to lead off on the road team, so you know he's going to get the full 9 innings. If this game plays 9 innings, it should. There's no reason it shouldn't. But Jazz, solid pop numbers, plus 550 or plus 575, playing in a better stadium for home runs over in Atlanta. Really like this bet. Jesus Aguilar, it's Stinger Tuesday, by the way, on FanDuel, so you can take these on FanDuel or you can take them at the better odds. I'm just showing you the best odds there. I'll have an extra 25 bucks on these guys over on FanDuel. But Aguilar, make sure he's in the lineup. We're not projecting him in the lineup. Don't know why. Had a bomb or two last night. Guy has solid pop going up against Canning. Canning giving up a large amount of home runs to righties. Last time we saw him back in 2021. This year, 50% fly balls to righties, 42.9% hard contact. Not a big sample size. 21 at-bats is not a big sample size. But overall, like what we saw back in 2021, last time he played a decent amount, he's been giving up a lot. Varsho to hit home run, plus 500. Gets a good matchup versus Clevenger. Clevenger has giving up a boatload of hard contact, boatload of fly balls to righties, 45.6% fly balls to lefties, 41% hard contact to lefties. Varsho, solid pop, 28 home runs last season, if I remember correctly. Solid 234 ISO, good hard contact numbers, good fly ball numbers, decent chance of going out of the park, playing in a dome. Really like him in this spot. Connor Capel to get a hit, minus 115 over at Caesars. Gets a match versus Canning, has a platoon split. I know Canning's not been great versus righties, but also not fantastic versus lefties. Capel had a hit in all 7 of the last games, getting this at close to even money. I mean, he's not a great hitter, but he's good enough. He'll put the ball in play, give it some decent contact. He'll get a decent amount of line drive, 27% line drive rate. Solid overall play, in my opinion, to get a hit. I mean, I'm not going to take the over 1.5 total bases, but to get a hit, minus 115, I really like it. Let's see. Kyle Bradish, over 15.5 outs, minus 120 over on Betfred. Bradish has been great this season. He's been very, very good. I think he's hit the over in this 2 of the last 3. Let's see. Kyle Bradish game log, pulling it up right now. We're loading. Oh, wait, no, I forgot he went on IL for a little bit. But was great in the last outing. 6 innings, 6 strikeouts up against Washington. Boston, a little bit tougher of a matchup, but he's been very good so far this season. Very limited sample size, 2.46 xFIP, 26% K rate. Walks have been in check. Boston, not the biggest patient team. 7.9% walk rate in their projected lineup. They don't strike out a lot. Ball's going to be put in play. Should be able to cruise a little bit easier. Over 15.5 outs, minus 120 at Betfred is solid. Let's check to see where it's at on other sites. Outs. Bradish, we have projected for 16.59 for what it's worth. And so moved to 16.5 outs. Still like it at minus 105. Again, the big thing with outs is like there's obviously important numbers 18, 15, 21, like the innings. So obviously you can have minus 160 on the over at 17.5 and minus 160 on the under on 18.5. So something always to watch out for. 15.5 to 16.5, not a huge difference. 17.5 to 18.5 is massive. Jose under 5.5 strikeouts. He's going up against the Dodgers. Let's find him here. But Oviedo is not a big strikeout guy. 22.9% so far this season, or since the beginning of last season, has been better this season, 24.3%. But gets a tough matchup here going up against the Dodgers. I mean, Outman looks great, but he is striking out a lot. Martinez, decent amount of strikeouts, but outside of that, not a high strikeout lineup at all. 21%, big walk lineup. Oviedo, not as good versus lefties, and going to be facing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lefties in this spot here. 5.5, too high of a strikeout number. I'm rolling with the under. Garcia over 4.5 strikeouts, has 4, 4, 7, and 9 strikeouts, I believe, in his first 4 outings. Not the greatest spot here going up against Tampa. They're a good hitting team, not terrible for strikeouts. Bottom of the lineup is just piss poor. Really, Siri, Mita, all big strikeout bats. Obviously, Lau and Rosarina, both big strikeout guys. Diaz and Franco, not really. But Garcia's solid overall strikeout rate. Pitcher has been good so far this season. What's he saying at for this season? Yeah, 25.6%. Should be able to get there. 4.5, too low of a number. I know he's only hit this in 2 out of the 4 games this season. I know you're paying a decent amount of juice at minus 125. But overall, really like this bet. Luke Weaver over 4.5 strikeouts. Weaver was great in his last matchup. If I remember correctly, yeah, 8 strikeouts versus Pittsburgh. Swing strike rate was very, very solid in this spot here. Really like his over. Minus 145 at Betfred. Let's see where the next best spot is. I know Betfred generally moves their line as soon as I bet them. Minus 160. I still like it at that. Again, matchup versus Texas. What is his strikeout? I think it was at 30% K rate first outing. Yeah. So let's see. Yeah, 35% K rate, 14% swing strike rate in the first outing. Very, very solid. And outside of Simeon, not really any low strikeout bats in this lineup versus righties. Turnbull under 4.5 strikeouts. Get us at plus 115 at Betfred. Let's see. Turnbull plus 120 over at MGM. So get solid odds on it. I know it's a matchup versus Milwaukee, but Turnbull is not a big strikeout guy. Not at all. Looking at his numbers, 14.3%. So the game last season, don't think we really have much of sample size. Milwaukee hitters, well, they do strike out at a decent clip. There's some low strikeout bats. Turnbull, not good at all versus lefties or righties. Not really a great pitcher. Had one game, I think, where he hit the over on this, if I remember correctly, and the rest have been well under. Yeah, 3-6 against Toronto, random outing. 1-3 in the first 4 starts. I'm rolling with the under, especially at plus odds, even in a good spot. Joe Ryan, you're paying a decent amount of juice on this one, minus 165 to get over 5.5 strikeouts. Ryan's been fantastic. Ryan has been very, very good so far this season. Matchup versus the Yankees, above average K rate matchup here for him. So as it goes up. But Joe Ryan's striking out righties at a 40% clip, I think, this year. Been very, very good. As you can see, lots of strikeouts in this Yankees lineup versus righties. They've been striking at 26.2% clip this season versus righties. He's going to be facing 5 righties. Again, 40% strikeout rate. Walks have come back down to earth a bit for Joe Ryan. He's been a lot better. Looking at his game log, at 3 in his last matchup versus Boston, which is just a bad spot, but 10, 10, and 6 the prior 3 ones. One of those was against the Yankees here. Really like this. Got a few basketball bets. Derek White under 24.5 points, rebounds, assists, -119 at Caesars. Derek White was great the first 2 games. Come back down to earth the last 2, 32 and 30 minutes in the last 2 games. 13-point spread, 13 or 14, I can't remember, going up against Atlanta. Obviously, no DeJounte Murray, so decent chance this game becomes a blowout. He doesn't play his full complement of his minutes. I'm rolling with the under. Jamal Murray over 24.5 points. I took the alt line, 25 plus of Betfred. Let's see what the line is sitting at for FanDuel. I know this line has been moving this morning. It was at 22.5 earlier. Still is at 22.5. Nice. Moved to 23.5 in some places. I believe FanDuel has it at 23.5. I could be wrong. I'm looking at the wrong game. Let me just throw this up on the screen here. Why not? But I went with the alt line just because plus 150 at 25 plus is silly. It still has it at 22.5. Nice. Alt line over at FanDuel is plus 135. I still like it at that. If you want to do the regular line, that's also fine. Murray playing a boatload of minutes, close to 40 every single game. I think he played 41 in the last game. I think that was overtime, though. But playing a boatload of minutes, if this game stays close, should say it, play a boatload of minutes here. He's been shooting a decent amount, 21, 17, 22, and 22 shot attempts so far with the first 4 games of the series. Had one 40-point game in there. He's been largely bad outside of that. Don't really expect that to continue. Like the over of 24.5 and plus 150 or plus 135 at FanDuel if you don't have it there. But yeah, Cat, we also have him projected, I think, for 26 in this spot here. Last time we checked. It's not showing up right now, but we have projected for much higher. Cat over 32.5 points, rebounds, assists, -109 over at Caesars. Cat has been in rough shape this series. I don't expect that to continue. There's no reason to believe he shouldn't get his normal shot volume. He hasn't shot the ball great, which we know should progress in positive, but shot volume should go up. I'm rolling with the over. That's it. This show. Hopefully we turn it on around today. See you tomorrow. Same time, same place. I'm out of here. Later, kids.